Hi, bestie. Welcome back to Girl House. This is going to be a wild episode. We have a lot of updates that we have been holding in.
This whole episode is essentially an update. It's almost a tell-all.
Yeah, definitely. So basically, to just rip the Band-Aid off, Celia's leaving LA and I am staying. And Girl House will still be. It's now going to be like a FaceTime vibe once this happens. But
this intro just made me want to cry.
I know.
And we haven't even started the episode.
Yeah,
and I'm not going to get emotional this episode, but that was just such a harsh Band-Aid rip.
I just thought we just had to rip it because I don't know how else to get into the episode. But yeah, we're trying like to not be emotional about it, but it's just weird because this is definitely like the last time in our lives we'll ever live together.
Okay, I can't. If this is how the episode's going to be, I can't do the episode.
No, yeah. I mean, that's all I had to say.
I mean, this is just so true.
But yeah, I guess to get into it, I think, Celia, you're going to be probably talking more in this episode than me. But I guess I'll just quickly say my part and then I can get more into my part later. But last episode, I was saying I was maybe going to move back to the East Coast still because, as I told you, I had planned to leave LA because I was pregnant at the time. And Celia, when I said that, she realized she's been wanting to go back for a long time. So we were going to go back together. And then last episode, everything was still so fresh that I thought that I needed to go home still because like that was the plan. But then I was talking to my friend Viv on the phone and I was like, I think I'm gonna maybe move to like a suburb in Boston. And she was like, why would you do that? And I was like, well, I don't want to be in Boston, I don't want to go back to my hometown, and I don't want to go to New York, so like maybe I'll just go to a random suburb. And she was like, you're going to be miserable and so lonely and just so bored. And she was like, you love LA. And I literally couldn't even say I was leaving LA without crying, like up until a few weeks ago. No, and I was like, devastated. I love it here so much, especially Venice. I'm so happy here. So it's obviously a really sad thing because Celia's still going. And now I'm a little scared to be in LA by myself because, to be honest, I haven't really put any effort into making friends here because I haven't had to. So it's going to be weird, but I just know I don't want to leave LA. And so that's where I'm at, and I can get more into that later, but I'll let you take the stage because you have a lot to say.
I have a lot to share to get off my chest. But speaking of meeting people, I just realized because I wasn't on last week, I didn't get to say thank you to everyone that came.
Oh, yeah, I didn't say thank you either.
Yeah, it was
But no, thank you so much to everyone who came to our event. It was...
And to you for putting on. It could not have gone better.
Yeah.
Like, I was in shock. I
was so worried it was going to be awkward when we got there. I was like, I don't know. I thought like...
And by the way, this is like obviously... It's a part of my interruption, but I don't think you said this either. Callie was drinking a mocktail.
Yeah.
Because at the time, you obviously didn't think you could drink.
No, I was...
Not to air you out, but like... That added a whole nother level of like nervous...
I was completely sober.
It was just completely,
And I was just nervous people like weren't going to mingle because there's only two of us. And like I wanted everyone to have a good time. But it was so sweet. Yeah. So many of you that came like ended up becoming friends and going out together after. And we both got invited a lot to go out. And the real reason we declined was because I couldn't drink at the time.
I said we had Pilates because I didn't know what to say.
We
wanted
lame.
to so badly.
I just said we had an early morning.
Couldn't. Yeah.
But I
hope
anyone,
you had a great time.
Yeah. And thank you everyone for coming. And this made definitely like, I'm so excited to do so many more Girl House events. And that's an excuse to go to the East Coast and do some. I know I've gotten a lot of messages from people saying they want events in Boston and New York, and that is definitely coming in the future.
You just really know how to throw an event.
I can't believe it. And I also want to thank all of the brands that contributed because I had so many sweet brands help with the event. We had Hayo, which I'm drinking right now. They're my favorite non-alcoholic beverage. And they're so sweet. I've been huge fans of them since before I even moved to Venice. And they're located in Venice, which is so sweet.
That's so cool.
I was drinking them like in New York before I even moved here. And we had Dr. Jart, which I love. Like, that was just so exciting. We had Charlotte Tilbury gift so much. Like, all the brands were just amazing. Charlotte Tilbury, per usual, just went over the top because they're amazing. I love them so much. We had Poppy, of course, who we love. We had Truff, who we love. It was all like just brands. I wanted it to feel like a PR box that we were opening. We had Love Wellness, who I absolutely love. Or Organic, who that's like a really special one to me because it's one of the first brands I ever worked with. And I remember being so excited when we worked together because it was like the first product I was like using them all during the pandemic, and then they reached out to me and it was like my first real brand deal.
I remember when you gave me an Aura product because you were like so excited that you had gotten a box full of it, and I was like, I can't believe you got this for free.
No, I
like
know.
That was,
it was
legit
crazy.
One of the like, wasn't your first ever this little cloud pen?
Oh yeah,
sorry.
Technically my first ever was like this sleep cloud pen, and I think I ended up not even going forward with posting, or maybe I did, I don't know, but that was like my first OG. But Aura was like the first brand deal. I remember it was like over $1,000 for a brand deal, and I was like freaking out because I never thought I would make any money from social media, and that was just so they're always hold such a special place in my heart, and I'm such a huge fan of them. We had Calafia, who also I have a very close relationship with. I love them so much. Their team is so sweet, and also like just the biggest fan. Every brand who was included, seriously, are brands I love so much and wanted to share with you. We had Lemmy, who I love so much. I love all of their supplements, and we had their Glow Pop, which I thought was such a fun addition. Tower 28, another big beauty brand that I love because they're so good for sensitive skin. And we had Salt Air, which that brand's actually new to me, but they sent me gifting, and I was like, they're at Target, they're amazing, their scents are amazing, and all their products are so good. And I tried it, and I was like, holy hell, I'm having this event, I would love to include you, this is amazing. So thankful for all the brands, and so thankful for everyone coming. It's crazy to see you in real life because like with the podcast and with social media and with everything, like I know you're there, but it's so special to like really see a face, and like it just feels so real to really see you there. So it was just very sweet, and I'm so thankful for everyone who listens to the podcast and has been supporting us, and we love you so much. And it was just such a special first like event ever, and many more to come. Like I cannot wait to hold so many more. I think it will be so fun. So
I can't wait for the next one, wherever it may be. It was really magical, and that like obviously for you, people come up to you like and know you from TikTok, but like people were like, oh my gosh, like saying things about me that they heard on the podcast, and it was like literally surreal.
Well, people know you.
No, I'm just saying like it's so like it was just like a weird feeling that obviously people know stuff about you, but like everyone I actually would be like I wanted to be friends with, like everyone was just amazing.
No, I know,
like it, you have the best
that's
community
the really awesome
ever.
thing is like I feel like, so grateful every single day because just like we have the sweetest community, and I'm really grateful. But
anyway,
all right,
I'm wearing, by the way, if you're on YouTube, I feel like I've worn my red stripe fleece for the past few episodes. It's because I wear it for good luck. It's my dad's, and when I'm nervous. So if I'm out for repeating, that would be why.
I wear this sweatshirt every episode.
Okay, I feel like I wear this all the time, and it's like my good luck fleece. I actually was a bit manipulative, and side note, my mom, sister, and I all fight over this fleece because we all love it, and obviously it was my dad's. And the last time my mom tried to take it, I said that I had to wear it back on the flight because I always wear it on flights, and that it was like a jinx in my head, and so now she feels bad not letting me have it on flights, but that's like an awful thing. It really was a thing.
Now
but
you and your mom will be able to share it.
Yep, so that's the elephant in the room. I am moving back to hometown where we're from without Callie, and obviously, oh my gosh, this is like really weird to actually talk about and speak out loud. Obviously we've discussed it so much, but like to actually be able to say on the podcast, but you did a great job protecting my privacy last episode. Because I was really listening to it. And obviously at the time, like it wasn't about that at all. It was obviously about everything that Callie was going through, but she knew that I was going to be moving home. And this was something that when she had made the decision to go home, I had also made the decision to go at the same time.
Yeah. But I think like to preface, like it was like, just to explain, like you've been wanting to go home for so long. Yes. Like I think the second I said I was going home, you were just like, yay.
100%. No, so for a plethora of reasons, I have been wanting to move home. It's just not something that I actually expected to expedite.
Yeah.
So then when this was happening to you and you were going to move home, quite frankly, it was like a no-brainer.
No, you were going to
like,
be here for maybe a few more years. I'm like, damn. I mean, everything happens for a reason, but damn.
Yeah, I mean, it opened my eyes to a lot of things, and that's what I'm going to get into. But yeah, it was basically everything last episode when you were listening and she was saying, like, maybe I would be here a little bit longer, but not forever. I was going to go home at the same time. She couldn't really talk about it because I was still figuring out things with jobs and just in general. Basically, let me just backtrack as to how I got to LA in the first place. So if you're new here, Callie and I do this thing where we've been friends forever. Yeah. We have known each other since 4th grade. We're really best friends in high school. And then we went to different colleges freshman year. And then we both transferred to the same school in Boston. And then she moved to New York and I followed less than 6 months later. Yeah. And then I moved to LA and she followed less than 6 months later. And so it feels very weird. And I'm not saying that's like a normal thing, but it's just the reality of.
We always follow. Like, this is like my.
It feels very weird.
I mean, I will eventually follow back to the East Coast, but it's not going to be like an immediate follow per usual. Yeah.
And I'm excited for us, but I also, like, if I actually think about it, it makes me want to.
No, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. I actually can't think about it. So let's not.
So let's just do my bit of the story. So apologies if this is a little bit all over the place, but basically, I moved to LA exactly 2 years ago. Oh my God, literally. I think
you moved on October 2nd.
I actually want to say I moved on October 2nd or the 5th, but either way, about 2 years ago. And I had been working a job in New York remotely as well, but the same job. And I really liked the job, but I wanted to do something creative. I always wanted to try styling. And I kind of felt that, you know, I had gone through the family stuff with my dad passing, and then I had gone through a breakup and moving out of my apartment in New York that I was living in with a boyfriend. And I just felt like it's now or never. Like, this is my fresh start. I'm going to go and I'm going to try to do, you know, what I thought I really wanted to do. And again, if I didn't do it then when would I? And this is just to tell you that literally anything you want to do, you can. Yeah. Because I went to a styling series whom I admired and like looked up to, and I ended up interning and then getting a position to intern for her just through word of mouth and like because I did well at the other stylist that I had worked for, and then I ended up assisting her, and then I ended up working at Revolve through that experience, and I just like had literally no prior experience. It was all because I was determined and like just how I carried myself and working hard to get to where I wanted to be, and that was all within 2 years.
Yeah, you did it so fast. Like, I mean, you started working for your like dream stylist position like so soon after moving here. It was insane.
I was very determined. And when I came out here, I had a lot of money saved because I knew that styling, I wasn't going to be making a lot. And when you begin as an intern, you're making literally $0. You're actually like paying to work essentially by like gas, mileage, etc. Yeah, I mean, styling was something I always wanted to try and I was so passionate about it. But it just came to the point where really not being financially stable whatsoever made life really not fun. And I remember my sister, I was having like a really hard time, and my sister was like, at what point is like you're so passionate and you're putting in so much work, you say you're so passionate rather, but you're miserable. Obviously this has been weighing on me, and I've been thinking about what my next move and what work is going to look like and all of that, and then your situation and you moving home, and it just kind of opened a door that I guess all of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, I'm not making this situation about me in the slightest, but I just realized like I'm not in a good situation right now. In terms of like financial stability. And how it's affecting my life. So yeah, when I kind of came to this conclusion, and also aside from the like finances of it all, I think I came out here with the impression that I wanted to make a name for myself as a celebrity stylist, and I kind of realized in my time here that that's not what I want to spend my whole life doing, and it is so much work, and I like am so admirable of anyone who is, because I had no idea the amount of work that goes into it. It's your life. And it's just so impressive when people, you know, really make it because they've put in so much work. But I just realized that, like, it can't be my whole life. So I actually ended up reaching out to my old job because we've kept in communication. And when I moved out here, they were like so great about everything and just doors open, that sort of thing. And reached out to see if maybe there would be some room on the team for me, and had some great conversations with everyone. And again, I loved this job. I just, like, at the time I felt like I had to try styling. So long story short, I'm going back to my previous job and I'm so excited about it. And I'm moving home and going into New York once a month. They're based out of there. And they also have an LA office. But again, I just, like, need to be home. I need to be saving. And I need to just, like, get back on my feet, essentially.
Yeah.
Which I'm saying now, very composed, but that's a really hard thing to admit to yourself as a 27-year-old, like, moving back with my mom. And just, like, I think it was the most adult decision I've ever made.
No, I think it's going to be, like, I don't want to say it's the best decision you're making because it makes me sad. But, like, I think you're going to look back and be like, thank God I did that, because you can get on your feet again. Like, it's going to give you the chance to, like, be able to breathe and, like, feel. And
that's the thing, is that I think either my mom or Jamie said to me, like, you were so much happier before in your old job because you were actually able to, like, work out every day and save so much. You were able to go on vacations. That, like I just had financial freedom. And I'm not saying don't chase your dreams, because obviously chase your dreams, but it's okay to realize that you don't want to do the dream that you thought you had for yourself. And it's like, if I hadn't made this decision, at what point would I come to this conclusion? I don't know. I just feel like
it's a very hard decision to make, but it's, like, relieving. Like, when I announced I wasn't going to be a lawyer after going to law school and putting in all that work and $160,000 of money, like, that was a really uncomfortable thing to do. But I'm so glad I did not become a lawyer. Like, it just like, sometimes the things you plan for and put the work in are not, like, it's, like, okay to change your mind.
I guess
know? Like, that's some things are, I don't know.
And that's another thing that you make that point. Like, I had felt so weird about this decision because I'm like, was it a waste? Like, I have put in so much work I can't even begin to explain. Like, in celebrity styling, sometimes I would get to the office at 6 a.m. and leave at, like, 11 p.m. to midnight. Like, not to be dramatic, but I have put in so much work. And I just, like, I've learned so much, so none of it obviously is a regret. And, like, I'll always love styling, and I can always do something.
You wouldn't be where you are now if you hadn't done all of this. Like, every single thing is just, like, part of life, and you wouldn't be the person you are. Like, so I think, like, that's why you should never feel regretful of anything you've done or any action you've taken, because it's just, like, first of all, like, life is too short to spend any time being like, oh my God, what would have been like if I took this path instead? But also, like, everything, even, like, really bad things, like, make you who you are. Like, I've made so many bad decisions in my life, like, literally very unadmirable decisions. And, like,
I'm saying, I'm just agreeing with your point in general.
But, like, every single thing you do, like, builds you into the person you are. So I think it's okay if, like, you put in, obviously, like, it kind of sucks looking back, but it's making you the person you're supposed to be.
No, I appreciate that. And again, I just think it was the responsible thing to realize, like, okay, the only person that's going to change my life is myself. Like, I think I just kind of always thought, like, oh, this financial instability will go away. When? Only when I address it and do something about it.
No, that's really crazy when you put it like that.
Like, actually, and just, like, I mean, I'm really excited for the new chapter. And again, this is very new for me to say that I'm excited. Like, it has taken me so long to be able to even just, like, talk about this. All of these experiences and coming out here, and, like I said, like, getting the job because I met people interning, and then one day someone I was assisting asked, oh, do you want to intern for the stylist that I had loved? And I said yes, and then became the assistant that way. And just, like, the connections that you make and the way that I'm going back to my old job because that door was still open. And today, actually, my manager at Revolve and the manager of Forward asked me if I would still want to be a part of the company and freelance if they ever needed help. And that's just like, they don't even have freelancers. I think that like I used to get so annoyed when in college, like obviously I'm taking a full-time role, by the way, so I'm not saying that I'm going to do that, but like it's the premise of it that just shows like that they valued me. And that I think is like my biggest takeaway of all of this, is that you really can do whatever you want to do, and it's all based upon how you carry yourself, how other people view you, and then them referring you. And that like has taken me so far, when I just want to like really emphasize that I had no connection to the fashion industry whatsoever, like literally whatsoever. And it used to drive me insane in school, like when I was studying PR, and they were like, it's all about your network, because I was just so overwhelmed by that idea when I felt like I didn't have all these crazy connections that other people that I knew did have. And I'm not like trying to toot my own horn, I'm just saying literally anything is possible, and it's really just in the way that you show up every day. And like how you add value.
You're also allowed to toot your own horn. You like really did exactly what you said you were gonna do.
Oh,
and
I
came here
appreciate that.
Just saying.
Yeah, no, I do appreciate that.
2024, toot your own horn.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, that is I guess a wrap on that update. But I have told my mom, get ready because I'm coming back. Obviously, she's so happy. And obviously, like, that's another thing. Like I said, plethora of reasons. But that's one thing that I am excited about. Is to spend time with her.
No, I'm really jealous about that like aspect.
I just feel so comfy. Weird about being there without you. It's a very weird one. No comment there really. But it's going to be good because my sister's out here. And
thank God for me.
I've been out here, and obviously we both left like pretty much right after my dad passed, basically trying to escape and start new things and follow our dreams, all those things. But I just realized like my mom is alone kind of. She obviously has a lot of family around, but immediate family. It will be very nice to spend time with her. And then so I basically finish at Revolve in like less than 2 weeks now, and then I have a week to just get things sorted, and then I go to Taylor Swift in Miami, which I've been only waiting for over a year. And then I come back and I start my new role, and my mom visits for Thanksgiving, which we are going to take her to La Cabana, Shellback, the Real Inn.
So
all the
fun.
things.
I can't wait.
And she takes Vita home with her and some of my stuff, and then end of December, I'm going to try to move back, and starting in January I go once a month to New York, and we'll be doing FaceTime sessions. And it's just a whole new ball game.
No, it's weird for me too, because like I said, like last episode, when I decided I was gonna go home, like at first I was so devastated about the idea, not because like I don't want to be around my parents, or honestly, and I've grown to appreciate my hometown so much, and I can totally see myself moving close to there later in life. But I think like when I was planning on moving home, obviously it was kind of to settle down in a way, not with like a husband or anything yet, but like a baby. Like I was entering a new chapter in my life, and like that makes sense for me to go move home. But like, cause like for you, you're going home, but then you have Nantucket you can escape to right when like spring hits. So it was like a little different for you. For me, I was gonna like literally buy a house in my hometown and just settle down.
And might I add really quick, sorry, you did not interrupt and I will not interrupt, but I just wanted to say I do not have a plan. I feel okay with not having a plan. I just want to get back on my feet, and as you said, like I'm really excited to go to Nantucket come May and visit you and all the things. And yes, I have friends in Boston I can visit. I'm going to New York once a month. I'm not saying I'm like trapped, but it is so overwhelming, because I just want to make that clear to anyone. I do not have a long-term plan. And neither do you.
No, neither do I.
But at least you're it's just really shocking.
But I think I just realized like all of a sudden it just hit me, like, I feel so sad about moving home. Like, part of it sounded so comfy because, like, I would love to be closer to my parents. Like, I get really homesick, and I think I haven't felt that homesick in LA, weirdly, and I think it's because Celia's been here, and I can't even, like, get into that because it will make me cry.
Probably think we're like sociopaths because we're not crying, but like it's such a touchy subject, we can't really get too close to
I
it.
like can't go any further on that subject than that. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna feel very different, but I just, like, nothing is pulling me towards New England. And I got a lot of messages from people listening to this episode, so if you were one of the people who messaged me, thank you, because even if I hadn't responded, I read all of them, and it gave me so much clarity, and I'm so appreciative because you just found this out, and, like, you don't need to immediately make a big decision. Like, don't just, like, run away from LA now, because, like, you don't have to make that decision, and, like, just give it a few months. And I think I was just, like, making kind of a panicked random decision to leave LA. I was on the phone with my friend one day, and I realized, like, what the hell? Like, I don't want to leave. Like, I'm not gonna leave. But obviously it's scary and sad because it's not gonna feel like comfy LA anymore, and that's all I can say without wanting to cry. But luckily, like, if I ever really feel homesick, of course I can fly home. I have family 6-hour drive away in Northern California, but it's gonna be weird. So
not to mention my sister's here.
I keep forgetting her because I'm so used
for
to
another year.
Yeah,
well, she's in Milan right now.
I'm so grateful.
And she's 21. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, no,
I like can't think about this, or I just like it hurts.
I'm so grateful your sister is gonna be here because that's so comforting to me. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I moved to LA for literally no reason, and I'm staying for no reason. But, like, I really don't have, like, that many friends or any people or connections here. But I just, like, I love living here so much, and I don't want to leave that. So I'm going to stay. And, like, I also don't know what I'm doing. I also, like, have been feeling, like, stressed about life. I don't know what I'm gonna do or, like, what my plan is, and, like, I've been saying this for, like, a year and a half. Like, I know I once again said I was gonna take the bar exam again, and I pretty much, like, a week after I announced that, I found out I was pregnant, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna hold off on that, and I'm gonna move home, so, like, no need to take the California bar and put myself through that. But now I really don't know what I'm going to do other than, like, I really don't want to be a lawyer. I feel so strongly about that, and I feel so passionate about social media, and, like, I feel like I've made it this far. I think it's more just, like, I hate when people comment and they're like, I know I shouldn't let these comments get to me, but, like, even, like, today I made a cooking video and someone was like, oh my God, your life has gone so downhill now, because unfortunately, like, I have so many amazing people who follow me, but I also had a lot of people who followed me because I was in law school. It's really hard transitioning from that, and I think I felt lost ever since I announced I wasn't going to be a lawyer after passing the bar exam, because so many people followed me and expected the storyline to be like, okay, next thing is you be a lawyer. And then I moved to LA for no reason, and I really haven't, like, been doing much because I don't know what I'm doing, and I have new management and they're helping me. Like, I actually had a really helpful and exciting few meetings today that kind of have me feeling like, okay, there's so much I can do with this. I think I just have gotten in, honestly, like, a panic rut, and I can't get out of it because I feel insecure. But I got a therapist last week just because, like, not even just with everything that recently happened, but, like, I've needed a therapist for a while. And I was talking to her about how, like, everyone is always like, oh, like, if it doesn't work out, you can just be a lawyer. And how, like, I hate when people say that because it's not what I want to do. And she was like, then don't do it. You don't have to do it. And she was like, I was explaining to her, like, how I feel like I don't have much purpose in life. And she made the point, like, there are so many other ways to find purpose in life than be a lawyer and, like, do a job you don't want to do. And, like, thankfully and luckily, like, I'm able to do this job, and I think I just need to figure out a way to do it with more structure, figure out to add more structure in my life and like be doing more things. But I also don't know what the next 5 years, 1 year, whatever look like, and I just want to like know what I'm doing, and it's so hard because it's just with this job. And I think I saw someone say this on TikTok the other day, and it really made me realize like, damn, it is true. You can put as much or as little into this job as you want every day, because every single day, like, there's no one telling you what you have to do. And I'm not saying that in like, oh my God, this sucks. Like, obviously that is a blessing. But I think I like got like so panicked and depressed and stressed and like didn't want to be perceived that I just stopped doing everything. But yeah, it's obviously going to be weird being in LA without Celia. It just, I don't know. But thankfully I keep forgetting that her sister's going to be here, which is so comforting. Her sister's abroad right now, but like that makes me feel
no, when you guys FaceTime me doing a Palisades walk, I'm actually going to like cry and just lock myself in my room.
I know.
But honestly, I think why the situation is so weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're not finished, I know.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, like, it's so weird because I'm genuinely happy for you knowing that this is the only way you'd be genuinely happy right now. And I know you feel that way. We've had so many talks about it. I'm not speaking on your behalf, but I know you feel like same for me. Like, you know, this is what's right for me, and I know what's right for you. Selfishly, all I want.
Sounding like a breakup.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, it's really freaking weird. We've been like so blessed to live. Yeah. With like in the same city and same place for so long. And yeah, we're still it literally is feeling like you're dying.
Yeah.
Which is so dramatic, but like obviously it's just a weird one.
No, it's just like, I'm going to try to say this without crying. So, but it's just uncomfortable. Like, the reason I feel so uncomfortable is like LA feels so comfy to me because you're always here, and like,
can you not do this?
No, I just have to say, like, this is why I'm so worried. Like, when I was living in New York by myself, and like I just had like friends, but like more like going out friends, like it was really lonely. And that's why I moved here. Well, one of the reasons, to be closer to you, because like it's really sucks when like the weekend hits and you don't have anyone to text, or even like aside from the weekend hitting, like when you just want to like hang out and chill. Like, it really sucks when you don't have someone to just like go for a drive with.
Yeah.
And now I don't again. So it's just going to be weird. And I know like I have a lot of like friends here that I could grow the friendships into, luckily, that I like just honestly have not put effort into, because also we live in like our own bubble in Venice. I feel like I just haven't been good about like maintaining friendships, but it's like very, I don't know, daunting to now be here alone and be in the same exact position I was in New York now, where I'm just like by myself. And like luckily I enjoy my own company, but it does get lonely. So, but I'm gonna just put in like, I feel like here I have so much more of a friend base than I had in New York, so like I think there's friendships I can strengthen. But yeah, it's really freaky. So
also, for the sake of Girl House, I will just say one time we have a very awesome friendship. Like,
of course.
You do realize that not everyone like can just hop in a car and go on a drive for an hour and it not be awkward, and it's just comfy and the best feeling in the world. And I don't even know why I'm saying this on the podcast, but I'm just so grateful that you are my best friend. Oh my God. Callie sent me this freaking kill me. Oh my God. So the day that she told me like she had decided that she's going to stay, and obviously, yes, I'm happy for her, but you have to understand I'm like selfishly wanting to die. Not literally, but it was a lot to take in. Like, I really couldn't handle it. The second, it was actually so embarrassing. The second that I got in my room, I just broke down to the point where I'm like, am I okay? Like, is this normal? I like was so distraught. And she sends me this TikTok that was so, pardon my language, fucked up. She sent me this TikTok that was like it was the worst thing I've ever seen. Hold on. With this song, by the way. I'll choose you to be my best friend in every lifetime. I'm like, who sends this fucked up shit? Done joking.
Well, I sent
my God,
more because I looked at the video and I was like, these are people I'd never want to be best friends with, and I'm really grateful that you're my best friend.
Yeah. That's
a perfect
one.
example, by the way, of me seeing a TikTok. I will not have the people. This is no shade against those people. Like, this is not like a really good example, but seeing a TikTok where, like, instead of commenting like, oh, I wouldn't want this friendship, I sent it to a friend and then we talked about it rather than going to Reddit or leaving a weird fucking comment. But anyway, it's gonna be really weird, but while I'm here, I know there's so many sweet besties that are part of Girl House, so if anyone is in LA and would
just
like
go
to
hang out, lock up on your bar. Callie will be there
yeah.
first.
No, literally. I'm like, oh my God.
No, I'm joking. But
and of course now I'm like, God damn it. Can the universe give me a boyfriend? Not that that would solve everything, but that would just
owes you a boyfriend at this point.
Yeah.
I
also officially have like hit over my 5-year anniversary of being single, so I don't know. I've like done the whole navigating a goddamn city by myself for years. Like, I want it to just be comfy.
I want you to meet someone. No, I'm not saying that solves everything, but in my head, it does solve you wanting to move home eventually.
Oh, the second that I settle down and like really like we get engaged, we get married, I'm coming home.
That's what I was just gonna say. Have a little maybe bachelorette in Palm Springs, a little something fun.
Yeah.
A little elopement where I'm secretly there. If you want me to be. A little party, and then decide that you want to move home.
Yeah. So no, eventually I definitely will move back to the East Coast because, well, if I could get my parents out here, I would not move back, but I just know they're not moving back to California. They grew up here. They're over it. So that's not going to happen. But I don't know when, like, I don't know how much longer I'll be here, but I love it here, and it just doesn't make sense for me to move at the moment because I don't know. I just don't. Yeah. So.
No, and I was actually like surprised by how much it was like, obviously it's what I have to do. I'm not saying anything other than that, but I was surprised by how much I was like not wanting to once I first came to the realization. But I am excited career-wise. I feel like this is
I think this is a very good move.
Like, there's so much room for growth at the company, and like I just value them and they value me so much.
Yeah.
And that is so important. I've come to realize like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm so
and
excited.
Just like stable income will feel so good. Like,
no, I'm so excited. And like I don't really need to get into this, but just like salary transparency is I'm going to be in such a better place. Like,
so you're going to be able to do things again. Like you said, we can meet in Miami.
Yeah. Oh my God. Remember? Like, yeah, we can meet in Miami. In fact, we should really get that in the books.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I need things to look forward to.
I'd love to get Miami in the books. I would literally love to get Miami in the books. Like, I don't even know what month it is right now.
But the good thing is...
Oh, yeah. Well, February would be a bit soon because you just had moved home.
Yeah. No, I know. But, well, the really good thing, though, is that we'll both obviously be home around Christmas. And then, obviously, like, anytime you come home now, I can also see you. But the good thing is then in May, my sister graduates, so I'll come back out.
Yeah. But, yeah, Celia's leaving. So, obviously, we are trying our best to end the lease early. So then, obviously, she doesn't have to pay her portion of the rent. And I don't know, it will feel really weird and lonely living here without you. I would just be like, I don't know. And like the yard is very big, which is awesome, but I feel scared. I don't know.
It's an amazing place and it needs new people to love it.
It has the best energy.
I'm going to cry when I think about the house because wow.
No. If anyone is listening to this and is looking to move with like their friend or by themselves or whatever into the most perfect house in Venice, please message us because we are trying to basically end the lease, like have someone move in January 1st.
It's literally the perfect setup if you have someone who can pay this much and someone who can pay this much.
Yeah.
Because my space is so incredible as well. It's just a room with a bathroom, but like it is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like really tall vaulted, I don't know if that's the right word, but really nice ceilings. Like the showers, stunning, everything like brand new. Arguably, like in terms of rent, multiple people could live in here, and then someone could also live in there, or you could use that as storage or an office. Like it is. I'm not saying this because we need someone to like take over it. It's actually like my favorite place ever.
Oh
like,
my God, I'm so sad to leave it. I just couldn't stomach
magical.
being here
and
without
the
you.
amount of times this energy.
Well, can I say it? I wanted to say it.
Say it.
That's what I was saying. No, there's like just a crazy protective energy in this house. Like, it's over 100 years old, and that would usually scare me to live in a house this old. But there's like, I've never had any sort of like indication that there is any presence here at all, except like that there have been so many times where I literally have been protected in like crazy ways. Like, the first night I moved here, I left the gas on all night, and then the first thing I did when I woke up was light a candle, which in theory, like, I should have literally blown up, or died of carbon monoxide poisoning, not to be dramatic, but it was literally going for like 14 hours. I woke up with the worst headache. But there's like so many cracks in this house that like just like that saved, not in a bad way, it's just like a beach cottage, so that saved me that way. But like, I guess that's not a good example of like energy, but I think like the most recent example of like energy literally protecting me that I can't explain this any other way is the other night we got home. We went to Shellback last weekend, and I got home and made a grilled cheese. And then this is really bad, and don't do this if you're really drunk and tired, but I wanted fries to go with my grilled cheese, and I'm trying to be better about like not Uber eating every single time I get home. So I was going to make it myself, and I turned on the oven, put the fries in, and then I fell asleep, and that literally could have killed me, because that could have started a fire if the fries were in all night. Like, I don't know what would have happened, but it wouldn't have been good. And I woke up in the morning and I was like, holy fuck, I left the oven on, and the oven had just completely turned off. Like, circuit is not working anymore. We actually have our landlord coming to fix it tomorrow. And it's just so crazy. And I looked at the fries and they were perfectly cooked. It like turned off the second that they were cooked, which is just so crazy. They weren't even burnt. Like, there is a really protective, good energy in this house, and like, it makes me really sad to leave because I don't like.
And like, when we first came and walked through the house, I mean, it didn't help. I guess the juxtaposition of where we went prior, was terrifying. This place in Sherman Oaks,
of the word.
Thanks. This place in Sherman Oaks was like
so
awful
haunted.
energy. But we walked in here, and again, over 100 years, like, you might think, oh, maybe spooky. This has the lightest, brightest, warmest energy. Like, immediately,
I've never felt so safe like anywhere.
Yeah.
And so it's really sad to leave, but also I don't want you to have to pay rent when you're moving home to save money, and I
don't want you to have to live here alone.
I don't want to be here by myself, not because I'm scared of like the house or anything, but I think it would just be really sad to come home and like,
that would be really weird.
You not be here. And like, I mean, I've started looking at places, and I think this place is like a mile from the beach, which is really nice, but there's places even closer to the beach which I think would be really fun. And next place I move into, I've been saying this for years and I haven't done it, but I'm finally gonna get a 2-bedroom. Like, that's a priority for me, because number one, for tax write-offs, actually it's awesome, because I can write off if I make it an office, I can make it an office, or like write off that portion of my house, which is awesome. But also, like, just for like having people visit, like my mom visit, like, it'll be so nice. Like, I always get really irritated with
number one visitor.
I always get really irritated with my mom, because she just has her stuff and I'm like, this is making a mess. But now she can have her stuff in her room. My mom's very clean, by the way. She's gonna if she hears I said that, like, she's very, very, the reason I'm so clean is because she's so clean, but it's so tiny that it's just impossible to have everything perfectly organized. So it'll be really great to have a 2-bedroom and then have my mom come visit, have you visit. Like, it'll just make having guests easier, because they can just do whatever they want in the guest room, and that's not my problem. And like, I'll have an office to work. I think that'll be really great to like have a place to sit down and do work. So, and for the girls to get away from Ducky, I'd love a place where they can just go, and like, I can, like, if they're trying to chill, I can shut the door and like let them chill. Honestly, well, I can't really get a cat door because Ducky's the same size as them, god damn it. But yeah, I'm excited to look for new places, but it's also weird leaving this place. But
yeah, this is like hurting my heart to even talk about this.
Yeah, No, I know. But anyway.
If you or anyone you know is interested in Venice, hit us up.
Yeah.
And you're going to post all the details on your story, right?
Yeah, I will.
So when this is out, obviously, Callie will post it on her story.
Yeah.
And we really
it can come furnished too. So
yeah, and by the way, the furnished version was actually amazing.
Really,
we
really
just
nice.
Had furniture. Otherwise, I honestly would have gone with the furnished version. Like,
it was so nice. They have like even just like the chairs outside. Like one of the outdoor chairs is like $400. Like there,
might be having outdoor nights. Like that actually breaks my heart.
I feel like we were supposed to have outdoor nights with boys here. We never did. I mean, I guess
yeah, unfortunately we did actually have quite a few.
Yeah, but like nothing sweet and wholesome like we wanted.
But like we spent so much. I mean, that was pretty much our meetup place, was on the porch.
I mean, it still is. We still live here right now.
It is. So I mean, that's just like the best setup in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's everything. I think moral of the story. You've got to make decisions that are best for you, and sometimes those decisions are hard.
Even wrapping this up, I just don't want people to think that like, I still feel this feeling of like, it feels like people think, oh, you're just giving up on your dreams. Like, I don't want people to think don't chase your dreams. No. I just think like I came to realize like that I'm an adult and I need to make decisions that are like the best for me. And where can I have growth and longevity?
And I think there's so many other ways, like, with this full-time job. Like, I really think with social media, you should start doing, like, styling, like, videos on there. Like, even, like, just something that you can have an outlet where you, do stuff like that.
But I'm so excited. As mentioned, I genuinely love the company that I'm going back to and everyone on it, the team. And I love my mom. I'm excited to be back with her. Yeah. It's going to be a really weird year. A little split screen action.
Yeah, that will be fun.
I think it'll actually be fun, that part. I wonder where my background will be. I'll have to set it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what the future has in store for both of us, and you'll be along for the ride.
Yeah, so damn true. So I guess that's gonna wrap up this episode.
Last segment.
Yeah.
Or should I just be done?
What do you want to say?
I was gonna say the thing about my mom moving home.
Go ahead.
So this is just like the last thing I will say is that I saw this TikTok actually about like being in your 20s and how it's
love referencing
it's not
the
that
amount
TikTok.
of times I've heard you reference this goddamn TikTok.
It's not that TikTok. It's a different one.
Okay.
Clearly my For You page is really targeting me right now, but like everyone's going through different things, and so I guess if I was listening, I would want to hear this reminder, like it's okay. As I've mentioned before, and sorry, Mom, if you don't feel comfortable with me sharing this, but my mom moved back home when she was 30, when her and my dad had broken up for a bit. And, like, she was, again, I don't know if she'd want me to share this, but she has this vivid memory eating Chinese food on her 30th birthday with her parents because they thought that would be, like, a fun thing for her. And she was just, like, really sad. So it's, like, life has different ebbs and flows, and, like, you don't have to feel, like... I guess what I'm trying to say, and this is not my quote, so don't say that I'm not coining this, but essentially, at the end of the day, no one cares about your life but you, and like no one's gonna look back and say like how, you know, you were at this point and you were at that point. It's like, what did you do in your life, and what makes you happy? And yeah, being financially stable definitely does bring some happiness, I will say, and you don't really realize until you're so financially stressed that you can't possibly. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think
that's where
this will be great. And there's nothing wrong with like, or anything weird about moving home. I think it's so lucky that you get to move home. And like, I'm envious. I don't want to say if I didn't have the girls, because the girls are my angel bears and I love them so much. It's just like, I would love to go home for a few months too and get on my feet, but it would just be a lot with Cleo, Luna, and Ducky. Like, Ducky's one thing, but moving the girls across the country for a few months and then coming back, I mean, they would be so angry.
So angry.
But I think there's no shame in moving home at all. I was about to do it, and then I just didn't. So, like...
And that's the craziest thing, too. This is not related, but it's just, like, I actually like that's the girlhood part of it all, is that there are so many chapters in life, and how crazy we're going through them all together.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know what led me to that point, but
yeah,
it's
we're
just
all
wild.
going through
like,
them together, and like
we're
I'm
just
sure
girls at
this
the end of the day.
episode we're just girls just trying to figure out life and like what the hell we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like all gonna be okay. Like I have no idea what my month plan is, my year plan, my 5-year plan. Can't plan it. Like, and that's weird, but like,
yeah,
we're just gonna figure it out. And
that's a wrap.
yeah.
Yep, I think.
Yeah, I think we're just rambling now.
I know.
But anyway, love you so much. And if you are in a similar situation, like,
you don't have to feel alone.
yeah. And it's just it's nothing to like, I just think it's awesome. Like, I think it's very, I'm proud of you for making this decision. Seriously, I think it's awesome. And I actually am like so envious of the cozy year you're about to have. Like,
I told my mom, free food, free alcohol.
Yeah, so true. And like a comfy home. Like, that's just it's gonna be really nice. Anyway, okay, I guess it's time for us to go so neither of us cry, and we will see you next week. And if anyone wants to move into this house, let us know. And
you're gonna say move in with me.
or in with me. But yeah, if anyone wants to hang out with me, let me know.
Oh my god, I'm actually gonna cry.
'Cause I do need friends.
Love you.